So it is about some French monks who lived between, I think, the 9th and the 15th century. That was a long time ago. But I was studying them, and I learned something very interesting from them. So those French monks were farmers, and they were not just farmers, they were also very spiritual, they were God seeking. But their farming techniques are really interesting because if we study them, there's so much that we can learn from them, and there's something that we can use based on our day-to-day life experiences. So they were farmers, and they were growing vines, grapevines, and they were also very observative. They would take their time to study the environment. They would take their time to study the conditions within which they were practicing their farming. And what they realized after so many times of trying and testing and everything, the first thing they noticed is that for the vine to produce the best fruit, the condition of the soil had to be poor. It had to be in a rocky place, steep places, not really the ideal for farming as we would think. We don't want farming in rocky places. It's hard. But they realized that if they grew the vines in rich soils where the conditions looked so easy, so good, they realized that those vines were producing leaves, and they would not produce good fruit. They would not produce the best fruit. Then they realized that if they planted the vines in rocky places where the soil is poor, is shallow and all that, they realized that those are the places where the vines would produce the best fruit. And therefore, they noted that for the root in those rocky places, the root really struggled its way through the rocks to get the nutrients from wherever deep down they are. And through that struggle, they developed some endurance. Through that struggle, they developed a lot of endurance. And if we bring this to our lives, the Bible in the book of John 15, from verse 1 through 8, talks about the vine, who is Jesus Christ, the vine dresser,